Natural disaster. So what this is I wanted to talk about, like, you have hurricane, tornado, earthquake, tsunami, flood. Tsunami, you're kind of wiped out, so I don't know there. But the idea is something unexpected and tragic happens, or maybe even like in the case of a hurricane, it should be a little bit expected. But too often people seem to be caught off guard, and little things end up throwing them off. Now, basically, anywhere you want to make sure that you're protected from whatever is happening. So if that's an earthquake, we all learned in like elementary school, you want to get in like something sturdy like a bathtub, or door frames seem to be good. You don't want to be by outside windows. Things that are, things are going to fly in at you. You don't want to be standing underneath the live power lines, that kind of thing. And obviously, same thing, hurricanes, things are blowing in at you, different things coming at you. Now, that I'm kind of assuming we're all square on, and, everybody understands that kind of stuff. But what I'm more focused on is the aftermath. When the storm stops, the wind stops blowing, the ground starts shaking, stops shaking. You get it. What then? A big thing is, like, people end up getting electrocuted. Uh, People drink contaminated water. People, basically die from minor medical issues because they aren't prepared. This is something that you need to be able to plan for. And one, I can't stress enough, you guys really need to work on getting some kind of medical training, even if it comes from YouTube or wherever. You need to have a basic understanding. I'd love if you guys really took some kind of first aid courses and different things and kind of stepped it up, because then you can help yourself, your family, your neighbors, and be kind of the go-to guy. But that said, that's for another time. Um, so one of the big things is people have a disaster, and you may have stuff. You're like, oh, I have a tent. Oh, I have some food storage. But a lot of times, or I have a flashlight, but people don't know where it is. The big thing is to keep your stuff organized where it's in a set place that everybody in the family knows where it is and knows how to get it. That's going to be crucial for everyone to be able to, survive. Because when you're stuck underneath something and you're like, oh, if we had a flashlight, oh, if we had this, it's great if you can say, hey, you know, big kid or kid number two, go get, whatever. Then, that's going to be the steps that get you there. So there's a couple different things. Like I said, when you see the hurricane coming, everybody's like, oh my God, all the stores are sold out of bottled water. What am I going to do? This isn't right. One, now is the time. Now is the time to prepare. You should have water set aside. And even if you're not, full on ready to commit to this and crazy prepper where you have all kinds of stuff, how cool are you if you buy that water bob I keep pushing in every freaking video, and you can fill up your bathtub with nice clean water because it's inside a plastic bag and you have it there ready to be used? That's going to make a difference. Um, it's 25 bucks, I mean, what is that going to kill you to go and spend a little money and then get the right thing and you have it? Because, I mean, honestly, in Houston, when we just had this last flood, people were paying, $40 for a case of water. So it's the planning, the act beforehand. Buy a couple of gallons and stack them up in the basement, or stack them in the attic, or wherever, your space is that you'll be able to store that stuff. It'll help you so much. But the next thing, when everybody's in a panic and it's the day before the hurricane is about to hit, that's not the time to run to the stores and go get, oh, I need this, oh, I need flashlight, oh, I need milk, I need bread, whatever. I mean, that's great to stock up on the extras, but you should already have. Um, Also, afterward, I hate to say it, when there's mass flooding or a big storm has come through, one of the biggest problems that consistently happens is all the water ends up running together. That means the water is going to be contaminated and you're not going to be able to drink it. You got your sewers are backing up into everything. One, you just have all the filth from the road, the storm, the everything. You're basically surrounded by mud and disgustingness. You're going to want a way to filter that water. Those Sawyer water filters are great for drinking clean water. Like I said, I wish you'd really store it. One of the cool tricks that very few people think of is fill up your washing machine. That's always awesome for water. Obviously you have the back of your toilet tank. There's a little more emergency water. Probably not in the bowl for drinking, but hey, everybody has their own tastes, right? So another great thing for staying clean is to have a little bleach on hand. Having a gallon of bleach, pretty much consistently is going to help with, a better option of water contamination. Obviously, I want you to have fresh, clean water, but, that's the next step. The next thing, you really need to have a supply of food storage for at least a week. And we're talking about for a natural disaster. We're not talking about the apocalypse or whatever. At a minimum, you should have a week's worth of food for your family. And if that means going up to Target and buying one of those Tupperware containers and filling it with canned goods, just buy a thing or two here and there, they always say buy two of what you're using and just kind of stock it up. It's easy to buy those pre-made kits, and if you have money, great, do it. You hear, a lot of times they'll have like a month supply for $99 over at My Patriot Supply, that kind of stuff. But having a month supply, that takes care of, a 4-person family for 1 week. That's going to put you light years ahead. But again, you need to know where it is after there's a situation. You need to know how to find it and where it's going to be and how to get access to it. These things all matter. Let me see. You also, flashlights. Nobody ever can find a flashlight when they need it. Kids are taking it. I bought each one of my kids their own flashlight. And I'm like, look, keep this in your room. Use this. This is your responsibility. And do I expect it to be there when, I need it? No, I don't think my kids are going to have their flashlight. But what I do think is if they have their own to use, mine is most likely going to be where I put it. I mentioned before, I do like the headlamps because they make it easy to be able to use your hands and do stuff while you're, while you're able to see, but your hands are free. That's awesome. Baby wipes. A lot of people in the military really swore by them that, it's nice to be able to wipe off disgusting and, find something that works for you to be able to stay clean. They have those solar showers. You also need to think about, like maybe some propane tanks. Now you want to keep them in somewhere safe that they're not going to be a danger to you. But you want to be able to prepare the food. You want to be able to heat up stuff and just having that little bit of extra comfort is going to bring a lot to keeping your family happy and at peace with the whole thing. I always used to be the guy who, didn't really, I'd run out of propane or stuff like that. And mind you, it's been a few years because I'm a little more on top of my game. But what I did is I ended up going to, you always see like used free propane tanks. I ended up getting mine from a trailer park. The guy's like, yeah, every time people move out, they just leave them here. I see free propane tanks everywhere. They're rusty and nasty, not something you'd really want. You go, you exchange it, you get a nice one. And I actually, my kid lives right next door, and between the two of us, we always have 6 full tanks. And what I do is I found a guy who, will fill it one of the big places. You bring it in, you get it filled. I can get it for like $10. Now, your place where you live, it might be 15 or whatever. I know, you go to our gas stations, they're like $28 a exchange or something ridiculous like that. But my point is, have a couple extra, set them aside, and that way it's there when you need it. Because being able to make warm coffee, being able to cook some hot food, being able to boil water, these things are going to be huge when, things are an issue. And that brings me to, you want to store coffee. I know for me, it's not just a morale issue, it's also a function issue. And that's important to be able to go when you need to, Um, you need to be able to, top of your game. But that's about it. The other thing I wanted to cover is if you have medications, you need to get those beforehand. A lot of times you might not have access to the pharmacy or, to your doctor or whatever. If there are things you require, you need to have at least a week's supply. Just don't let things run right to the end. That's too often people let things go and, oh, it's all right. I can just wait and I'll get it, on Monday, right when the last one, and I'm down to that last pill that I need for my heart or whatever. That's not cool. You need to be a little bit prepared because you never know. What is it? The government videos always say you never know when, the day before is the day before. Well, in a way, that's true. Um, Also, like I said, tarp, tents, that kind of stuff, having some kind of shelter. You never know when your place is going to become uninhabitable. I mean, in your mind, you're like, oh, well, I can see all the houses are cool, but what if you can't stay there? What if you're forced to evacuate and leave? Then, you need a way to stay warm and take care of your family. So that's pretty much what I got for this. I'm going to have a couple more videos after this on securing power and securing the gas and the water at your house. Too often people don't know how to shut those off, so you may want to check those out. Those are basic essentials to being an adult that I find too often people don't know. So if you don't know how to turn off the breakers and how to shut off the electric to your house, check out the next videos. I'll show you how to shut off your water, how to, shut off the power, because that may be the thing that saves you, because gas leaks, water flooding all over the place, water flooding into your electric, these are things you don't need. So, all right, let's see you in the next step.